coffee is chef's kiss. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Adrian, and if you're not, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a really or quite some time that I've made a YouTube video, and that's just because school did it. As you know, this was my first semester here at NAU, and I was like busy with schoolwork, studying, trying to focus on like assignments, getting things done. I also was trying to get like a job during the semester, so I was just like managing to do a lot. So yeah, I was like not managing my time wisely, so I never had a chance to make like another video till now that we are in December and we are currently on break. And yes, I am in my dorm because my dorm is open during winter break, so I was allowed to stay, and I stayed over here at NAU because I currently work. So yeah, I couldn't go home even though I really wanted to. But yeah, I'm here in my dorm enjoying my day off. For today's video, I want to talk about how I lost my tooth. And it was quite a journey, let me tell you that. So around 6th, 7th grade, that my dentist noticed that my baby canines were still there and had not fallen out like a while ago and been replaced. So I don't know if he did the x-rays or once he suggested me to go see an orthodontist, that when they took an x-ray, that they noticed that my permanent canines were coming straight down, trying to replace like the front teeth instead of where they went. And I don't remember if it was the dentist, like my dentist, or I went to a specialist, but I'm pretty sure it was a dentist who ended up just taking like my baby canines out. I had braces to like fix my teeth and as well as make space for my permanent canines that were like in my gums still. Canines, they had put up like a piece or like a metal bar on top of my, like at the roof of my mouth to like push out my teeth, I believe, because they would have to like crank it every time and it would just like push open my mouth. And I think that was also like making space for my canines. But let me tell you guys, that device freaking hurt because it was every visit they would like put the key in and turn it, and that thing like pushed my teeth out. After that, like once they made space, I ended up seeing a specialist that my orthodontist recommended me to see to have a procedure to expose my teeth at the roof of my mouth. So after this procedure, like I had like my teeth were literally at the roof of my mouth, open and exposed. Like you could see them, I could feel them, but they ended up putting like, I think like a rubber piece or something on top like to cover them. And I would remember I would just like try to touch it. Like at the beginning of my recovery, I was like trying not to touch it. Afterwards, I was just like kind of, you know, like when something's in your mouth, you just like keep licking it. That's what I ended up doing. After a while that my like gum had healed, I think like that piece, I don't remember if they took it out or it fell out. Back to my orthodontist, they ended up putting like attachments, like little metal balls on my my canines, so that way they could put like chains, and I had like 2 chains from each, like from this side and like on the other side of my teeth, like where they would go, attached to my teeth. And like when I tell you like the pain, oh my god, like I don't remember the pain, how it felt, but I just know like at that time during my like this whole braces like journey, I was in pain. But yeah, so I don't remember how long it took for my teeth to come down with the chain process, but it ended up coming down perfectly fine, like in place. They were crooked, but I mean like nothing braces can't fix. So I ended up having my braces like for a while just to like align my teeth, like get them perfect, you know, like just the basic like braces purpose, like straighten out your teeth and stuff like that. Then after I got my braces off and got like my retainer, I would notice that this tooth on this side, keep in mind that my dentist told me prior, I don't remember, the orthodontist or my specialist that did my surgery told me I had a 50-50 chance with these teeth that they would either live or like die and like not work. So I was like, okay, and I kept that in mind. So once I got my braces off and like they gave me my retainer, I would notice that it would move, like my tooth would shift. Like after I would eat and then put like my retainer back on, my tooth would like move back into place of the retainer. Like it wouldn't stay like straight. It wasn't stable, I guess. Bringing the situation up to my dentist. I was like, this tooth is wiggly. Like, is it supposed to do that? Like, teeth are supposed to be stable and stuff like that. So I was like, what is up? So I think he did x-rays and he suggested that I get a root canal done. So I ended up getting that done. That supposedly was supposed to help my tooth stabilize, but eventually it didn't. Like it wasn't working, or it didn't work. So I ended up going back to the same person who did my surgery to expose my teeth, and they ended up finding out that the tooth somehow caused an infection. I'm assuming like once it moved, like a bacteria grew or something like that. That my tooth had caused an infection that ate at my bones, so that is why my tooth was not stable. So after we figured that out, I had surgery to get the tooth removed because, you know what, at the time I was just like, I was tired of this tooth. I had lived with it for a while, so I was like, no, just take it out. I want to implant. I just want to implant. That's it. So we ended up doing that. He ended up taking it out, putting bone graft, so that way that my implant could have something to attach to.
Just got out of my dentist appointment. I'm so excited to almost have the perfect smile I always wanted.
But during my healing process, I noticed that little pieces of bone would come out, like from the like root canal, or like where the root would be, I guess. So I ended up calling my dentist or the specialist's office, and I was like, hey, I have a concern, like little pieces of bone, I believe, are coming out of like the surgery area. Like, is that normal? Like, I was just like concerned because I wanted this to go perfect, because I just want this tooth out and I want a new one, a fake one, in right away. But that's not how things work. So I was like, okay. It ended up turning out, when I had my post-op 4 months after visit, that in the x-rays, I guess that barely any bone had attached or anything. So I think like it all fell out. And my doctor suggested that I either have a bone graft done again, and keep in mind, I paid out of pocket like almost $3,000 for this procedure, the first one, and I didn't have the money to do like another $3,000 procedure. So I was like, okay, like at the time I was just getting like what he thinks I should do, like his opinion. So he's like, we can either do another bone graft, or he would do the bone graft again. He would put implant in, and then a tissue. He would put tissue in it, I guess, to keep like the implant stable. But I don't remember how much that would be, but I was just thinking like, I don't have the money for this right now, so I would have to wait on this procedure. So I was like, okay, like I just got like the feel or his opinion on it. So yeah. This was all around the beginning, or like around August, June, July time. So I've been living like with a few months without a tooth now, but I mean, it is not bad. I mean, I don't smile like this or like this. I smile like with my mouth closed. I've learned to live with it. It's not really that big of a deal. But I mean, like, everyone doesn't want to be judged. Like, oh, like, what happened to you? Like, why do you have a missing teeth, you know? So, like, when I meet people or talk to people, I just try to, like, not make it obvious. Or, like, I try to, like, not open my mouth wide enough that you can see it. But, you know, like, you shouldn't care what other people think. Like, everyone goes through their own things and issues in life. So, yeah. I know eventually I will get it replaced or I would get an implant, but yeah, I thought I would just share with you my story about like how I lost my tooth. Like, eventually I'll get it fixed. I can't wait because like I feel like I'm ugly, but I'm like, who cares? That is the story of how I lost my tooth. Hope you enjoyed this little story time. And yeah, don't forget to comment video ideas or whatever. Like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and stay tuned for other videos. See you on the next one. Bye.